Right, people, listeners, subscribers, rock musicians, rock fans, who knows? You're back, because we're back. Music and People and Journeys, the new rock album review show. To the three amigos, to myself, to Trish, and to Chris.
Good morning.
And we're missing Dom, Dave, and Lauren through either work or illness. Get well soon and come back soon. Lauren has voted, so we've got our minimum 4 votes. Which will it get 4 out of 4? Get into our Hall of Fame. We rate albums from our listening pleasure. And today we are looking at Awolnation and their new album, The Phantom 5. And it is The Phantom 5 because there's us 3 and the 2 others are a bit of Phantom. So maybe we are The Phantom 5. Awolnation is an American rock band from Los Angeles formed by frontman Aaron Bruno, formerly Under the Influence of Giants, Hometown Hero and Insurgence. The band is signed to Better Noise Music, formerly being signed to Red Bull Records. Their first EP, Back From Earth, was released in 2010. They released their first studio album, Megalithic Symphony, in 2011. It featured their most notable hit, Sail, which peaked at number 17 in the Billboard Top 100. Number 4 on the Billboard Rock Songs chart, and number 5 on the Billboard Alternative Song chart. In 2021, Sail became just the 57th song to be certified Diamond by RIAA and sold 10 million copies in the USA. That's pretty big. 2016, the album has been certified platinum. The band's second solo album, Run, was released in 2015. The band's third album, Here Comes the Runts, was released in 2018. Their fourth studio album, Angel Miners and Lightning Riders, was released in 2020. And in 2022, the band released covers album titled My Echo, My Shadow, My Covers and Me. And now the sixth album, Phantom 5, is now released. So, Trish, then, Awolnation, have you heard of them before? Come across your path, and what did you think?
No, I hadn't heard of them before. And when I first heard the opening to Jump Sit Stand March just being spoken, I was like, what the heck am I in for with this album? But then the music and singing kicked in, reminiscing of Imagine Dragons, stroke 21 Pilots sound to me. And I was, let's see what this album brings. It's followed with Party People. The album came alive, especially when the deep guitar and drums kicked in, which I really liked. What a surprise and curveball I Am Happy is, with a bit of rap and a pumping disco thump to the chorus. I could give my analogy of every song, as I like them all for different reasons, because of the different music diversity. But the standout track for me is Bang Your Head, because it reminds me of being at work, banging my head. This album is quirky for all the right reasons, and I bloody love it.
Well, the fact you work for me is a bit worried while you bang your head in my company. That's just like, that's a bit harsh, isn't it? After like, I'll speak to HR now and find out why you're, banging your head. I'll speak to your department manager. Right, We do tend to bang our head when he talks, but what the hell, we have to go through it again. Chris, did this make you bang your head in a good way?
So yes and no. So I have heard of Awolnation before, mostly for things like stuff like Sail, Levitate, Run, and a couple of others, where they've featured on YouTube videos and stuff. They seem to excel at earworms. Awolnation. They will come up with a song that people like. It gets a rhythm to it. It gets people, moving, and then people will pick it up and put it on videos and stuff like that. So that's what I've heard of them before. I've tried listening to their stuff before as well, and the thing that I both like and dislike about Awolnation at the same time is that you get a lot of variety across them. And as Trish was saying, you get stuff like there's some slower songs, there's some quick ones. Bang Your Head is a brilliant song, especially the start and the end. I'm less enamoured with the middle. But then it's just you get some of it. You get some rock, some disco, some pop, some electronica in there as well, and you get quite a lot in a single album, which then feels a little bit all over the place. It's not in the slightest. They are very good at what they do, but it just feels less consistent, almost like they've come up with a whole load of stuff and then just put it together, which I'm sure isn't the case, but it's what it kind of feels like sometimes. And you mentioned 21 Pilots, Trish. I think Awolnation might be the same sort of thing, where they come up with the sound they want from the song, and they come up with the rhythm and the way they're going to put it together, and then they put the words to part, which is the same way that a lot of 21 Pilot stuff is put together. They'll come up with the melody or the hook they want for the song, and then they'll put words around it, which works fine. But yeah, so I liked the album, but it felt a bit frenetic, and then it moved you around a bit, and so it wasn't consistent. And there's some, it's like Nigel said, there's some songs in there that are on my pull list, and there's a lot that isn't. So it's just kind of, yeah, it's an inconsistent one for me.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. You'll find when we interview a lot of bands because I watched Rocket Man with Elton John and Bernie, and Bernie would write the words, and then Elton would put the music to the words. And very few bands do that these days, it seems. A lot of bands, write the melodies and then put the words to the melodies, which I find quite fascinating, really. But anyway, I think I would probably write the words first, but then that's the difference between a lyricist and a musician, really. They are two different breeds, aren't they? Yeah, it's an odd one, this album, because I love Bang Your Head, and I love When I Was Young. It makes me chuckle, it makes me smile, and there's a lot in this album that does make me smile, and it is foot tapping, and there are some great stuff in there. But equally, I agree with Chris. I think it's an album that will tick the full Monty for everybody because of its diversity. But then some people might absolutely love it because of its diversity. I think I like a bit of diversity in the albums, and it varies, but I also like it to be reasonably consistent, and this is a little bit over the place musically, and some of the stuff I didn't, maybe not on that score, but there's a lot that I did like on it. There's a lot that I really did like a lot of, really. I think it's a cracker. I think it's a really cracker of an album, and it suits my guilty pleasure of that kind of rock pop kind of culture. And this is a little bit less poppy, but more other things in there as well. Yeah, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Cracking album. Was it the best album of my year? No, but I loved it. I thought it was really good. Right, okay. Well, let's find out. Will it get 4 or more? Will it get into our Hall of Fame? And will it get into the cut of our top albums of the year? At the minute, we're all 10 albums, our top 10 albums or so will automatically get into our album of the year, and then any other album that reached our Hall of Fame for this year will get a wildcard pick from one of us lot. Okay, let's find out then. Trish, let's start with you then. Awolnation and the Phantom 5. Will it get a big 5 from you?
Yes!
Yes! There's no phantom here. There's no phantom. It's real. It comes out of the shadows and gives her a 5. 5 from Trish. Chris?
3.5 from me. 3.5.
Lauren also given a 3.5. Therefore, it needs a 4 from yours truly to get into our Hall of Fame, and duly received the Hall of Fame 4 from me. So it got a 4, and that gives it a 4. Congratulations to Awolnation and the Phantom 5. It has reached our Hall of Fame, and there's not many. It's just reached in. It's our 66th favourite album of all time, out of our joint 66th album, out of 428. 25th favourite album of the year out of 126 albums that we reviewed. And it's a Hall of Fame. It might get a wild card from somebody to get into our album of the year. And it's our joint fourth favourite album, along with Simon Simmons' Vermilion for the month so far. So, well, what did you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think it's worthy of a Hall of Fame? Do you think it's worthy better? Please like and subscribe. Please hit the comments button, see what you think. And goodbye from the three amigos, from myself, from Trish, and from Chris Gully. Thank you very much. And thank you very much to Lauren for voting. And speak soon. Goodbye.
Bye.